the hose is broken, or the transmission pipe is broken. So let me just look underneath here, and this is exactly where the problem is. So this. Hello folks, welcome to Netcruzer Cars. Yeah, it's been a while since we did a car update. This is the Honda Pilot 2007 that I bought in August of 2020. And I really haven't been driving it all that much throughout the winter, but it has survived the winter, never let me down, started up every time, got me to where I needed to go. It's actually been a pretty good vehicle for that respect. But last month I noticed a drip under the front of the engine, and at first I thought it was engine oil, but it's not engine oil. It's coming down from right underneath the drip tray here. You can see it's wet right there, and I've diagnosed it as a transmission line failure. It's a steel transmission line that runs across the underside of the radiator, and it has broken. So it's corroded enough where it's starting to leak out fluid, and that's something where it was a slow leak, and if I hadn't been watching, I would have potentially ruined the whole transmission because it would leak out the oil and then you would have transmission problems. I think I've caught it early enough. The car has not been driven that much throughout the winter because it never had actually winter rated tires on it. So I only took it out when it was kind of nice, and I think I've caught this quickly enough where I can fix it. We're going to try and do a kind of a DIY repair first, just to see if I can get the leak to stop. All right, even out in the bright sun, it's probably going to be hard to see because I don't have a light out here with me yet, but it's right down here at the very bottom. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see anything. It's one of the lines that's down there, and it's the bottom of these ones actually. So you can't really see very well, but one of the first things I need to do to get at it is to take this arrow skirting off. And I've been sitting on this problem for a couple of weeks because as soon as I tried to touch one of the clips, they just broke immediately when it was under freezing temps. Now we're at plus 12 today, so I'm going to see, can I get this arrow skirting off? Because this is what I need to be able to get off first, so then I can get under here effectively and change that line. Or at least seal it up enough where I can take it to a professional to have it done. So that's where we're at. We're going to do that first. All right, I got the underskirting off enough where I can see the exact area where the hose is broken, or the transmission pipe is broken. So let me just look underneath here, and this is exactly where the problem is. So this is the one that's broken here. It leaks a lot from right here. Got pinholes in it. So I need to undo this clamp. Probably I want to replace this whole line, but the problem is that I need to be able to figure out how I'm going to change this steel line, which is bolted in place right here where the bolt is, how you actually get to it. See if I can get a camera in here where I can see what's going on. And that's the line I need to replace. So that's the mission. That I'm actually going to try and go for the real repair. So the flex tape thing, that wouldn't really work. It's all rusted line. And it's a petroleum-based product that's leaking out. So I remember seeing on Hoovie's Garage where they were trying to seal his transmission tunnel with Flex Seal. It didn't work. So I actually have the proper part right here. This is the line, Honda number 25210 RDJ010. So this is the line that we need to replace, and it's rusted out right where the weld joints are. So this I've already been able to unclip the hose that's on here. This is the bolt that I'm currently working on. This one here was actually easier to get at than I expected. This one's a 9mm. So let me show you here underneath. As you're looking at this, this is the line we want to replace. This has a hose that's clamped on it. I've already removed that. There's a 10mm, which goes right on this mount here. So I need to get that bolt out. And then this one over here, loose enough where I can now move this. So that's all that's holding it in, besides then unclamping the hoses, which may also be an issue once I get there. But it's all a rusted mess down here, so I'm doing my best. We'll see if we can get it off and fix it properly. And then I am going to lose fluid. Once I undo this clamp, we're going to lose a lot of transmission fluid, and then I've already bought the fluid to top it up. So that's where we're at. DIY repairs. All right, success. I was able to get the 10mm out, which closest to the clamp. It's this one here is a 10mm, and this one here is a 9mm that it kind of just slips over as far as I can tell. So I'm now to the point where I've got the hardware out enough where the line will come off. I just need to get the hoses off. I'm gonna set you up here and try and drain some out and see how it looks. able to move the clamp, I just not quite enough. Also, the whole line is moving. Now that I've unbolted the line, the whole line moves when I try and pull on the hose. So that's the other issue. Yeah, I need one of these, but without the hole in it. Let's see if I have something more appropriate. Oh, I need a better tool. Well, I have nothing better than this. So this is kind of what we're going to have to try. Even though it's got that hole in it, it's the one that's the most effective so far. From where the little burr is on the clamp, how far much further? Oh, it goes in there a lot. So yeah, I got a full inch. I got to pull that hose off. It's not even moving. I've got the hose clamp back that far. Got to get it back even farther. See, I got to try and save this hose too. That's the thing, is that I can't, like, I don't want to pry the hose with a tool and then rupture the hose. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're coming now. Back up there. Because this is what we're doing. Oh boy. All right. So there's the hose, and it's just about ready to come off. And we missed. There's ATF, flew one out. It's not too bad though. I should be able to plug that up and then just stuff it up there until I'm ready to plug it back in. That's not too bad. Okay. So that's both hoses off. That's both hoses off. Now I just got to fish the line out from under there. Oh, we got it. This is what the whole trouble was about. This friggin' thing. Why do they put steel lines on? Because they know they're gonna rust, and then you got to replace them, and then they earn money along the way. But you can DIY it if you have the patience and some basic skills and some knowledge. You can do it. So this is out. Now we got to fish the new one in, put the hoses on, and then just add some fluid, and that'll be good. Make sure there's no leaks, and then we'll do a proper transmission fluid replacement. But yeah, this whole thing needed to come out because it rusted and was leaking. All right, now get the new one ready. And since the new one is also just a steel line, now the other one lasted what, 15 years? What is a known thing is that anywhere where there's these welds on a steel line, they tend to prematurely rust out there. So I'm going to add my favorite rust cure material. I'm just going to coat this line before I fish it in, and then maybe give it a quick spray after, and then we'll hook up the hoses. Also, don't forget to put this clip back on. So I'm doing that now. Let's clamp. Okay, now I just got to be able to fish this through. That in itself is going to be a struggle because getting this one out was quite difficult. Line routed in. So yeah, we are in there. So there's my new line, all in its proper position. Now all I got to do is put the two bolts in, get the hoses back on, and we are good. All right, happy to report we have success. The line is in, the hose is on, the bolts are in, the clamps are on. I'm happy with that. Did it. I'm quite proud of myself for being able to get this out and get it changed. So the new one is in, the hoses are on, and there's no more leaks. So that's great. I will need to top up my ATF fluid, so I will do a future fill with good ATF. But overall, getting this line out was not so bad. So it's a 10 mil bolt, a 9 mil bolt, and then you just have to like zigzag it to get it out from there. And I had problems with getting the hose clamps off, and it really wasn't that bad. I would be able to do it again much easier next time if this ever happens again. But you know, this is probably a once in a car's lifetime change, so springtime. All right guys, so if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're new on here, subscribe. If you want to talk to me, leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching. More DIY projects and stuff coming up on cars later this year.